Oh, Controlette, you haven't made a video in like a month. Why are you just gonna upload one right now?
That's y'all, alright? Allow it. We're back. Been away for a while, you know. Shit gets busy. Gotta do what you gotta do. But today we're here to talk about this book right here. This little baby is quite the read. I can see why people rant and rave about the Ultimate Spider-Man now that I've read a good chunk of it. I know like a lot of the Ultimate comics aren't really like critically acclaimed, you would say. Like I know the Ultimates is really like not a lot of people's cup of tea, but everybody pretty much loves Ultimate Spider-Man, and I can see why now, man. I'm not gonna talk about the first 6 issues. I have a different video going over. That's actually the last video I uploaded before this, so I figured why not come back with the rest of it, or at least the rest of volume 1. I really like this book, man. I'm pretty sure the 6th issue we leave off with like some intrigue about Norman Osborn, like what he's gonna do, all that type of stuff, what he's gonna turn into. Peter's just really getting into his powers. I believe he just got the suit like in the last issue of the 6th issue maybe, and like he's just starting to get into this whole Spider-Man thing. Like we since then reading, like I've seen, like we see so many different villains pop up. I'm just gonna set this down. We know what it looks like. We see so many different villains pop up. We get Electro, the Enforcers, Kingpin, Doc Ock, Green Goblin. We get Venom in this book. Like the very beginning of Venom. Like what? Like I can't wait for Volume 2 to come out because I'm definitely gonna be copping that for sure. Like I'm really resisting like just jumping into this on Marvel Unlimited because I want to collect them all. Like I want to get all of these as they come out, the reprints. And actually I don't think 2 and 3 like have ever been made. Like from what I remember, the only omnibus that came out back in the day was this one. Like this is the reprint of that. I think volume 2 and 3 I've seen like on websites or something. But I think those are first time. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Novice. So yeah, we get so much stuff in this book. Like we get like a lot of good stuff with Harry, with Gwen Stacy, MJ. MJ like is real gung ho at the beginning. Like she's all for it. Like she's like, oh, my boyfriend's Spider-Man. Like that's sick. But as like things go along, like as she gets pulled more and more into it, she's like, damn, like, is it really that dope? Like, shit, like, he's hurt all the time. I'm getting thrown off of shit. Like, am I really about this life? Turns out, not really. Not right now, at least. Like, she's like, yo, we need to take a little bit of a break. So that's where it kind of that's where their relationship kind of leaves off in this one. And, like, I think it's, like, it's intriguing, man. It's intriguing because, like, Gwen is living with Peter, like, so that's like they're in close proximity. Wonder what's gonna happen there, because you know, like we all know, like they do get together at some point. I'm pretty sure. That's so I thought that was really a really cool way to see like their relationship go. Another really funny part I thought was Craven the Hunter. Like when he comes in, he's like the host of like a reality TV show. He's like an asshole Indiana Jones. He's like an asshole version of the Crocodile Hunter. And maybe a little Indiana Jones in there too. But he comes up and he's like, yo, I'm Billy Badass, dog. I'm gonna kill this dude Spider-Man and y'all could just thank me later. Drake. So he comes in like around the same time Doc Ock is like really in full swing, and then like it's a whole like it's not really a team up, they don't get together, but like they come after him like around the same time, and you're like, shit, like this dude, like he can't catch a break. He even says that at some point, I'm pretty sure. He's like, damn, I cannot catch a break. Which is true, man. Like, cause like when he's not dealing with that, or after he deals with that, like Nick Fury and Shield start coming in, start fucking with him. And he takes it like, hey, like if I fuck around, these guys are gonna throw me in prison. Of course, he still goes around, does his shit. After the first stuff with Norm, I know I'm all over the place, but you know, allow it. So, the first time we see Norman Osborn turn into the Green Goblin, like you really see, like his like mental states coming to the forefront. Like he's a complete whack job when he is the Green Goblin, and he's not too stable when he's not. So you see all that stuff. You see how it affects Harry, and after like the whole stuff goes down, after we see what happens the first time, and like Harry, Norman Osborn go away, the whole shit with Justin Hammer like comes along and like really goes to the forefront, like with Doc Ock like seeking revenge. Then the eventual culmination with the big fight, like the way he lures Justin Hammer there with the like, you know, like let's just chop it up, we'll talk it out, see what's going on. And then he's got all the reporters there, like that was sick. I was like, damn, Otto, crafty. But once we get through that, we see like Norman Osborn come back because he tells people like, oh, I was hiding because I thought Justin Hammer was trying to kill me. So him and Harry come back. Harry goes back to school. He like reconnects with Harry and with Peter and MJ. Invites them over for dinner. Like we see like just like him trying to like integrate himself back into this school. And we see Green Goblin come back. We see Norman like tell Peter like, yo, you're done. Enough of this Spider-Man nonsense. We time to team up. We gonna murder everybody is what seems to be his goal. So he goes and he's just like, hey, if you don't do this stuff, I'm killing everybody that you love. Like, I know who you are. That's another thing, man. Like, Peter does not do a very good job of keeping his identity a secret in this. Like, everybody knows this dude is Spider-Man. Like, it's crazy. It's surprising to me that like nobody at the fucking Bugle has figured it out yet, because he's just like doing whatever. But yeah, Green Goblin tells him that like, yo, you gotta do what I say, I'm gonna murder everybody you love. And he's like fighting internally like, oh, I don't want to kill people, but I don't want my people to be killed. But then he's just like, nah, I'm fucking Spider-Man, yo. Fuck you, Green Goblin. And he's like, hey, you want to come after me? Come after me. Well, we'll squab it down, bro. We'll square up, do something about it. So they fight. You really see Green Goblin like getting more crazy and more crazy, like as he pumps himself full of this stuff. That's another thing. Oz, like him having to inject something to become the Green Goblin, like I thought that was cool. That was like different from other things that I'd seen. Like we've seen like in the Raimi films, like the he breathes the stuff in, and that's like him like ingesting it and like getting the stuff to become Green Goblin. But in this, he like injects it with a needle and then like hulks out, kind of like Abomination or some shit. Like it kind of reminded me of Abomination in the Edward Norton Hulk movie. But so that goes on. We see Harry like in his therapy. We see like how he's just getting like hypnotized, and like Norman's got like words he can say where just like make him pass out and like just forget things. And like it's just crazy to see like, yo, this guy will do anything. Like doesn't matter if it's his son. Like nobody's off limits. Like if you're in the way, you're in the way. But eventually, after Nick Fury's like, yo, I'm gonna have you back, I got your back, and never showing up, he finally does something. Like, they get, pretty sure in that fight, they get a free shot, and they come in and try to fucking help him, but later on, Peter calls him on it, like, yo, dude, you said you were gonna have my back, you ain't done shit. Like, I'm out here in these streets, bro. But around that same time, we get like the Spider-Man imposter and who starts like fucking shit up. He's robbing banks. He's like doing all this crazy shit. Ends up killing Captain Stacy. That's like when Gwen was living there before that, but kills him. Finds out like that like she got to stay there with them. Her mom's a bitch. Won't like she walked out. Like that's fucked up. Like even Aunt May's like, yo, that's the most despicable thing I've ever heard someone say. Like you don't give a fuck about your own kid. Like that's fucked. But you know, there are shitty people in this world. We get an appearance from Wasp. She comes in. She helps patch Peter up after he gets shot in the fucking shoulder from trying to save motherfuckers from the fake Spider-Man. And she's like, yo, I don't know about you, but if someone's out there wearing my costume, fucking shit up, I'd hunt him down and give him these hands. So he's like, yeah, I should probably do that. Finds him, figures out it's just some dude trying to rob shit, and almost murders his ass. It's like the first of 3 times we almost see Peter murder somebody, which is like really cool because you get to see him like get to that point, but just like realize like, yo, I'm not about that killing life. Go on, live and let live. So yeah, like that's the first time we see him like, yo, I know what my limits are. I know where the line is. Fast forward something. He finds a box of stuff, pops in a video, sees his little self at the park with his family. Little seeds get planted. He's like, yo, I should try to figure out what's going on here. Like, see who this Brock family is. Tracks down Eddie. They're old pals. They're old chums. Eddie's a total creep. Tries to hook up with Gwen Stacy, who is 15 years old. And he's just like, yeah, whatever. If you don't care, I don't care. But she cares, man. Gross. So, Eddie shows Peter the Venom, and I kind of like how Venom is done in this, because it's like, it's not, from what I've seen so far, it's not like an alien. It's not like Peter or Richard Parker and Eddie Brock Sr., I'm pretty sure is his name. They created it to be like a suit that goes over your body, fights cancer. It's pretty much the gist of it. But something's wrong with it. It does not do that, like, or it does it too well, and just like takes over the host and like just like makes him go nuts. And like that's when we see Peter almost kill the guy that killed Uncle Ben, who fucking, I forgot to mention so far, but I loved him in this. I'm fucking with Ponytail Uncle Ben. He was a G. He didn't take nobody's shit. And that's why he got killed. We see him like find the suit, and he's like gets like he's all about it at first, but then he sees like what it does to people, and he's like, yo, we gotta get rid of this. He tells Eddie. Eddie's like plays along. He's like, oh yeah, what? Sure, I gotta go think about this stuff. Then he's like, stupid little bitch, Peter. I got 2 samples of it. He puts it on like a dumbass. Starts going crazy. Goes after Peter. Gets fucked up because punks jump up to get put down. And Peter's like, oh man, I think I killed him. I don't know. Like, and Nick Fury's like, dude, if there's no body, he's probably not dead. So, but maybe you scared him enough to not come around. Probably not, though. But then he tells him, like, yo, I wasn't threatening you before. I'm saying once you turn 18, you can come work for me. You'll be chilling with Iron Man and Captain America and all them motherfuckers tearing shit up. So that puts a little bit, like, more enthusiasm into Peter, I think. Like, just, like, hope for the future. And that's like pretty much where we end off, man. Like, we get the half issue at the end where we get an appearance from Iron Fist, which was out of nowhere, I thought, but cool, because I fuck with Iron Fist. I'm probably like one of the few people that really dug the Iron Fist show. Like, that's like one of my favorite. That's like my favorite, maybe second favorite of the Netflix, now Disney Plus Marvel shows, which I'm gonna be going back through, man, and like reviewing on the channel. Like, things are a little bit more calm now. I'm gonna get back to a more consistent video upload schedule, hopefully. But I digress. In that half issue, we see like Ben Urich, who I'm starting to see is like a big key person in the Marvel universe. Like he's been in like several things that I've read now, like including the newest, the ongoing X-Men title, and I'm pretty sure a Daredevil comic that I read, and just a few other things. He's like got this story. Someone took a picture of Spider-Man punching Iron Fist in the face and accidentally kicking a lady in the face. Turns out the lady was wilding in these streets anyways, so she needed to get kicked in the face. He helps Spider-Man tell his part of the story. Like, he's just like, hey, I'm just here to help. I wear the mask because I don't want none of my people getting hurt. Just don't worry about it. I got you back. And that's like pretty much where we leave off. The art in this was amazing. I've seen some other Mark Bagley stuff, and he did a couple issues in the now just ended Amazing Spider-Man series, and I really dig it there. I'd read obviously some Ultimate Spider-Man before this, so I saw his art style, and I really dig it. That's like my preferred art style. Like the action really comes across super dope. Like the colors are like the pencils are really like crisp, in my opinion. Like it's really sleek. Like, I'd like to get some Mark Bagley art on the wall at some point. But yeah, I loved it, man. My favorite part got to be the Venom storyline, like how that went, how we got some backstory like on Richard, like how his mental state was towards the end, like, and this book drew like a lot of parallels in like the movies that I've seen, like not major ones, but just like a few things like visually, and like for instance, like when Spider-Man's fighting Green Goblin the first time, his mask gets torn in a way that's exactly like at the end of the first Raimi film, like when they're in that rundown building and Toby's got the one like strand of fabric left, like that. Kind of how another parallel is like kind of how the in the Amazing Spider-Man films, the Garfield ones, how his parents died in a plane crash, and like we get to see more backstory about them. That's all very, I don't know if it's directly ripped from this, but it's very similar. So I dig that stuff. I like seeing, because obviously those franchises came out after or around the same time as this stuff. And so you got to think that they drew on this a little bit because it was extremely popular. So yeah, man, that's where I'm at with it. I like it. I can't wait to read more of it. I'm really resisting reading it digitally. Another video about that coming soon. So yeah, I'm gonna resist. Hold out for the physical copies. It's gonna be it for me. I forgot to do my intro shit. That is it for your boy, a comic book novice, aka Controlet, aka Harry Houdini, because I be disappearing out of here all the time. Check out the gaming channel in the description. Check out Culturology Podcast. Look at that. Listen to it. You don't gotta watch it. Just put it on while you're driving around or something. It's really fun over there. We talk about a lot of different stuff, a lot of comic book stuff, a lot of movie stuff, like trailer reactions, all this good stuff. Check it out over there, man. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below what you thought of this video, you thought of this book, and I'm out of here, bro.